minutes to allow all the participants to join in and settle down, and then we'll get started. As we are waiting for the participants to join, let's understand how we are going to conduct today's webinar. Today's is a very interesting webinar where we are going to understand about how to create a digital catalog for your business. And it is going to be in a hybrid mode wherein we are going to use a live demonstration along with a tutorial video. So it's going to be a combination of that followed by a live question and answer. Now, while we are taking you through the process, there is obviously a good chance that you may have questions, you may have concerns, or there's anything which is not very clear to you. So how will you get answers from us? So you can ask your questions. So down below, you'll see there's an option which says Q&A. Using that, you'll be able to ask your question. And once you have asked your question, I'll keep the window open alongside. So if it is possible for me to answer that question, I'll do that right away. If it is not possible for me to answer that, then we'll discuss that towards the end of the session, where when we break into the question answer round. All right. So that is about the questions, and we'll try to keep the session a little engaging as well. So from time to time, I'll also keep seeking out for your inputs or your suggestions. So for that, we are going to use chat. All right. So this is where I think we should get started. There's a fair bit of ground that we have to cover. All right. So let's begin. Let's get started. Once again, good evening and a warm welcome to all the participants in today's session. And let me just position the Q&A and chat on the other monitors so that if you're asking me a question, I can answer that. All right. So just give me a few seconds to do that. So now I'm going to start sharing my screen, and in a few seconds, you'll start seeing my screen, and then we will proceed ahead. So I've started sharing my screen, and I'll really appreciate if anyone from the audience can confirm that you're able to see my screen. I have the chat window open on the other monitor so I can see uh, that it's your charts. That's what I'm trying to say. So perfect. Thank you, Anuj, for confirming that you're able to see my screen. Now, in case you're not able to see my screen for some reason, in that case, what should you do? So in that case, the most efficient fix that I know, and that relates to the cause of the issue as well. So the cause of the issue is primarily two. One is slow connectivity, and second is slow connection speed. And the second is the application, especially it happens on a mobile or tablet or smart device. So the application is outdated. So in case you're facing an issue, you're not able to see the screen, step out of the meeting, update the application, join back again, and that will fix the issue. All right. So the first item that we are going to discuss today is obviously the question for which we are all gathered here, and that is how to create a digital catalog. But before that, an obvious question that comes to anyone's mind, and if I was in your place, I'll also have that question, that what is a digital catalog? And that is what you're seeing on your screen as well. The same question written there. What is a digital catalog? So what is a digital catalog? So digital catalog is a website, and I'm going to read the textbook definition as well. So digital catalog is a website or a computer file used to provide examples of a person's work or a product offering by a business in a digital format, which can easily be accessed digitally by a prospective customer. So that is a digital catalog. And obviously, if you read it a few times, it starts making sense. But if I have to say it in a little more simpler way, then digital catalog is basically a website, but that leads to a question that can any website and every website be called a digital catalog? The answer is no. Every website can't be a digital catalog, or every website can't be characterized as a digital catalog. So what are the capabilities or features a website should have to be called a digital catalog? So there are three features which are there. What are those? The first one is it should have a capability to showcase product or services. The second is it should have the capability to accept orders or generate leads. The third one is it should have the capability to showcase information about the business. And that is where you can see I've written assumed, because that is something which is there in almost every website that we come across. All right. So these are the three capabilities. Now, if any website has these capabilities, then we can call them a digital catalog, or we can refer to them as a digital catalog. They can be they qualify to be called a digital catalog, right? So those are the three capabilities that if we go further down on that question, that what is a digital catalog, that leads to another question, that how many types of digital catalogs are there? Firstly, we have understood what is a digital catalog. So it is a website. Now, are there any types to it? Yes, there are types to it, and I'm going to show you that. So there are broadly four types of digital catalogs which are there. The first one is which allows you to generate leads. So there are many businesses who are not doing online selling, right? They want to grow their business. They want to generate sales online. But for that, they are generating inquiries, or the prospective customers are expressing interest that we are interested to do business with you. So that is generating leads. The second is, which is generating orders. This is online selling. So customers are coming to your website and they're placing an order, then you're fulfilling the order. The third is, which is doing both the things at the same time. How it is possible, I'll going to show you in few minutes. And the fourth one is, which is which generates distributor and retailer orders B2B. This is B2B bulk ordering, and that also creates a little bit of confusion or dissonance, that what is a lead and what is a B2B bulk order. I'll differentiate on that as well. Don't worry on that. So this is where let's move ahead. So I'm going to now switch my screen so that I can show you a few examples and you'll be able to understand this in a better way. All right, so let's switch the screen and we are here. Let's use a slightly different example, a B2B example, because I showed you the first type of digital catalog is what allows your business to generate leads. So let's use this example. But before we go in and understand the different types of digital catalogs which are there, let's first try to relate to the 3 points which I shared with you, that these are the characteristics, or these are the capabilities which a website should have. Then we can call it a digital catalog. Otherwise, we can't refer to it as a digital catalog. So are those characteristics or features there in this website? So the first characteristic or feature was it should be showcasing, it should be displaying the product or services that are being offered by this business. Is already doing that. Just looking at the website, we don't even have to scroll down, right? So just looking at the website, you can see the various categories, the various products which are there. So all that information is there. The second characteristic was that it should allow the business to generate leads. And here I've just opened the product detail page. This is firstly a product which is used in construction or groundkeeping in stadiums, etc. And this is where the businesses generating leads, right? So the second characteristic or the second rule that we had for classifying a website as a digital catalog, that is also met. The third one is that it should also have information, or it should also be sharing information about that business. Is that happening? So here on the top, you can see there is a About Company tab. And if we click on that, it opens a drop down and there's About Us. Let's open that and let's see. So here you can see there's a lot of information. In fact, there's a video as well about this business. So all the three characteristics or all the three features that we talked about, they're all being qualified. So we can call this website a digital catalog. All right. Now let's come to the classification or the variety of digital catalogs that can be created. So this is one variety that you're looking at, or one flavor that you're looking at. This is where a business, and this pretty much or predominantly used by businesses that are into B2B, right? So this is where what they are doing is they are displaying their offerings on their website, and any potential customer that is interested to buy their offering, they are coming here, they are reviewing that offering. So in this case, this is a ground roller, and they are coming here, they are reviewing the offering, and they are also reviewing the technical information. There is also a product brochure here. And then when they have made up their mind that this is the product that we are interested in, they are sending them an inquiry. What they are doing, in simple words, they are expressing their interest that we are interested to do business with you, right? So that is what is happening here. So that is send inquiry. Now, on a similar lines, we have another example. I'm just showing it to you. This is again, like looking at the visuals, you can imagine that this is a industrial product, and obviously there's a B2B online store or digital catalog. And this is again showcasing the products that they're offering. And again, if there's a business that is interested to buy these motors, they can connect with them. They can ask for request quotation, right? This is another example that I'm showing to you. This is an example of a agri product exporter. This is their digital catalog. And I'm just showing these to show the variety, because a lot of time you're not able to visualize the limit or how beautiful creations or websites you can create out of the solution. So just to show you a few varieties, I'm showing you. So there may be, I'm not sure if we have members who are from agri business. So just to help them relate to it, that's why I'm showing this example. This is another example that I had opened. This is home decor items, brass home decor items. This is an example of that digital catalog. All right. So this is pretty much the first type we have understood. This is the first type of digital catalog that people can create. Now, if you're someone who's interested in B2C, you want to sell to retail customers, in that case, this is the example I was showing you. So this is where you can see this is a horse statue, brass statue. And if there's a customer who's interested in buying this product, they can come here and they can do an add to cart and buy now, and they can place an order and they can buy the product. This is the second type of digital catalog. Now, there's a third type also. And for that, let's go here and let's go to one of the products. So I'm going to just open one of the product. And this is where, again, this is a product which gets uh, consumed by retail customers, as well as there are businesses who may be wanting to source from them in bulk. So this is an example of the third type of digital catalog that is there. Now, if you recall the previous example which I showed to you, this is this example and this example. So they will appear very familiar. Unlike this example, which is, it just has a send inquiry button. Here also we have two buttons, and here also we have two buttons. So it looks similar, but there is a slight difference there. And what is that? So this is where we have send inquiry and add to cart, whereas here we have add to cart and buy now, right? So here, if there's a retail customer and they're wanting to buy it for their personal consumption, they can come here and they can do an add to cart and they can place an order. At the same time, if there's a business, just imagine there is a shop in let's say Rajasthan, and they're wanting to buy this product for their shop, they can come here and they can send an inquiry to them that, hey, we are interested to buy this product from you. What will be the best price? And we are looking at 100 pieces. What will be the best price? So this business can then get back to them, respond to them that this will be the price, and you will have to buy these many users, these many sizes, etc. Right? So that is what will happen with the send inquiry. So both the things or both the type of audience can be catered by the same website. You don't have to manage two separate websites. On the same website, same product can cater to retail customers at one hand and the wholesale customers or the bulk customers at the other end. Right? This is the third type of digital catalog. All right. Now let's look at the fourth type. Fourth type is where I'm going to open this website. It will help us understand the fourth type of digital catalog that can be created. Now, if you look at the website, it looks like a typical online shopping website. And I'll just scroll down also a little bit so that you can review it and you'll also agree like it looks like a typical online shopping website. And if that is your understanding, you are not wrong. To a certain extent, you are right. There is a hidden feature which this website possesses, and that is here. Here you can see it is catering to distributors and retailers. Now, how is it different from what I showed you here? This is where, again, this is where B2B is happening. In fact, here also I showed you B2B happening, wherein a prospective is sending them an inquiry. But here, the interaction is totally different. What is happening here? So there are thousands of businesses, shops that sell their product, right? So they are buying the product from the manufacturer and then keeping them in their shops, and then the customers are buying them. Now, those shops also have to regularly keep sourcing their product. Now, in the conventional distribution network, you have sales team that goes door to door, collects the order, and then you dispatch the order and you service your distribution network. That is obviously complex and effort heavy and capital heavy. All right, all those nuances or issues are associated. Now, can that process be made more efficient? Certainly, it can be. And this is where you have that capability. So, this is where what you will be doing if you are wanting to utilize this capability, you will onboard all your distributors, all your retailers on the back end of the website, and each one of them will get a access. So they'll just come here and input their mobile number, and they will be able to log in and see the product offering and then continue to place the order. Now the question comes that what is the difference in the two things? This is where I showed you send inquiry. This is where also I showed you send inquiry. And I'm telling you a different story here. So what is the difference? In those cases, a prospective customer was expressing interest. They were sharing their desire that we want to buy the product from you. Whereas in this case, they are actually giving you an order, right? So this is where they're not expressing interest that we desire to buy a mixer, 10 units of mixer juicer grinder. No, nothing like that. I want 10 units of mixer juicer grinder. I want 15 units of blender. Like that. They are giving you an order. Now, you would say that distribution management requires a special price for distributors and retailers. Yes, that can be taken care by the system. You may say that it requires a credit. Yes, that can be taken care by the system. You may say that it requires a minimum order quantity consideration that I'm going to give you 10% discount, but you'll have to buy at least 10 units every time you're placing an order. That can also be taken care by the system, right? So all those nuances or considerations which were there in the physical distribution network management, all those are taken care by the system itself, right? So making distribution management easier and more efficient. So that is the fourth type of digital catalog that can be created, right? And it is not just related to businesses that are dealing in distribution networks. Any business that has regular buyers, they can use this capability, and the regular buyers can just simply log in, place their order, and you can process the order and deliver the order to the customer, right? So All right. So that is about the various type of digital catalogs which are there. Perfect. I was just peeking into the chat to check if there's a question. Perfect. So this is where now I am going to switch my screen and I'm going to take you to this video. In this video, I have explained how a digital catalog is created, and we will be using this video to understand the rest of the journey. So this where what I'm going to do is very quickly, I'm going to obviously switch the screen share so that you can keep reviewing it. So just give me a quick second to do that. And so we are back on the GlobalLinker account, and now let's get started with understanding the step-by-step process of creating the digital catalog. Now, very quickly, I'm just repeating this for everyone's reference. Now, if you have a GlobalLinker account, then you have to obviously log in. And if you don't have a GlobalLinker account, then you can refer to the steps which I have explained in the video a little while ago. So you can review those steps and you can understand the step-by-step process of creating the GlobalLinker account. All right, so we have logged into the account. Now, what is the next step? So the next step is to click on online store. So here you can see there is this button call to action which says online store. You have to click on that, which will take you or bring you to this interface. Now on this interface, you have to click on convert now. But before we do that, an obvious question that may be coming to your mind is what is the use of all these buttons and navigations that we are seeing here? So this is used to add products to your profile. So if you want to just add products to your profile and just to help you relate to it, this is where you can see there is a business profile, and I'll just very quickly click on it so that you can see it and relate to it. So this is the business profile of this demonstration account. Now, if I'm scrolling down here, this is where you can see there's a add product. So you don't want to create a digital catalog. You just want to add products to your profile. So for that, this interface is used. Now, coming back to the discussion that we were doing. So firstly, obviously, if you already have a GlobalLinker account, then log into it. Or if you don't have an account, then sign up and create an account. And once the account is created, then click on online store, which will open this panel, the seller panel. Now on the seller panel, you have to click on this button, this big blue button, which says convert now, which will open this overlay. So this is where we are starting the journey of creating digital catalog. All right. So the first overlay has three simple questions. What is the main purpose of your online store? And then the second question is approximately how many products will you have? And would you like to have them in a model quantity feature? Okay, so you can select an appropriate option based on your requirement, and then you have to click on next, which brings you to the screen. On the screen, you'll see there are a number of design templates, and you have to choose one of the template as per your requirement. And this is, although technically a very simple step, and when you'll be doing it, hopefully within 2 seconds, you'll be able to go through this step. But this is where a lot of people get confused. So I'm going to take a few minutes to help you understand few of the common misconceptions or misunderstandings that people have related to this step. The first misconception or misunderstanding that I've seen that some people have is that a particular design template is suitable for a particular type of product. So if I'm not dealing in that type of product, I cannot use that design template. So for example, I'm not sure how visible it is on your screen, but this is where you can see this particular template has visuals of electronic items like monitors, computers, mobiles, etc. So you shouldn't be feeling that if I am not dealing in electronic products, then I cannot use this template. This template can only be used by businesses that are dealing in electronic items. That is absolutely not the case. Any template can be used by any business. I'm just repeating it once again so that it is clear to you that any template that you're seeing here can be used for any business and any type of product. The visuals that you are seeing here, they're only for example purpose. They're only for illustration purpose, because otherwise you'll not be able to understand or visualize like how my website will look when I'm choosing a particular template, right? So only for that purpose, we have shown the visuals here. The second misconception that sometimes people have is that if I've chosen a particular template, then I am literally stuck with it and I cannot change it. That is also wrong, because the reality is that you'll be able to change or easily change from one template to another template. In fact, you'll not believe technically you'll be able to change from one template to another template in 5 seconds. Although realistically, because you have to resize the banners and all, so it realistically takes more time. But technically, from a technology standpoint, you'll be able to switch from one template to another template in a matter of 5 seconds, right? So don't worry on that if you have that thinking that if I'm choosing something and tomorrow I don't like it, or my business associates don't like it, or my customers are not liking it, in that case, you can easily change to another template which is better looking, right? Now, the third question or the third point which I'm going to share with you is a little more important, and that is something which most of us, or that is a problem that most of us face, and almost none of us has a solution for that. And that problem is of plenty, right? As a business owner, as a business individual, you have this desire to have the most decent looking, the most beautiful looking website, the most beautiful looking digital catalog for your business, right? You will agree to that. Now, how do you make sure that you're choosing the right template? Or let me rephrase it. Let me rephrase the question. And the question or the problem is that which template is suitable for my business, right? So there are so many templates here. This is looking beautiful. This is also looking beautiful. This is also looking beautiful. This is also looking beautiful. How do you choose? Right? It's a tricky situation. Now, there is a process that you can follow to overcome this situation. Obviously, you have to go through all the steps that I'm going to explain to you in this journey of creating your digital catalog. Now, once you are done through all these steps, then you have to upload few products. Few means 2, 3 will suffice. And then once you have uploaded few of your products, and those should be actual products with visuals and all, not hypothetical ones. So once you have uploaded 2, 3 products, then you can go to the theme management section, apply a theme, see how your product are being displayed or services are being displayed, and then apply the second one and see how the second theme is displaying, then apply the third one and see how the third one is displaying, right? So you have to go through all the themes. It will certainly take some time, half an hour, 45 minutes, but that will give you an absolute understanding in terms of which themes are displaying your products in the most beautiful manner, right? So that is something that you can or you should use in case you also have this problem of choosing which template should I be using for my digital catalog. All right, so I'm going to select a particular template and we will move on to the third and the last overlay in this process. On this overlay, you'll see there are just two input fields. The first one is the store name. Store name is basically your business name, but if you happen to be operating a popular brand, or if you have a popular brand, so in that case, you can create a store in the name of the brand, right? So, or just saying it in a simpler way. So it has to be either your business name, the store name has to be either your business name, or it can be the brand name. So in case you're dealing in a brand, it can be a brand name. So either of the two, business name or brand name, either of the two has to be there. And it is a editable field. So in case you're wondering from where did this name came, so it came from the name that we had entered here while signing up or creating an account on GlobalLinker. So from there it came. So the same name is populated here, but if there's a typo, there's a typing mistake which has been done, so you can rectify it here, and it is an editable field, so you can edit it as well. Then you have store URL. Now the store URL especially if you haven't added the product, so this will be blank, but if you have added the product, then there will be some code. So in case you see a code here, you can select and delete that, and then you have to input the URL here. What is the URL? So URL is something that we type to open a website. So for example, if I have to open Google, then I'll be typing google.com. Similarly, tomorrow, if someone has to open your websites, in that case, what should they be typing is what we have to specify here. All right. So, for example, the business name is New Global. Right. So we have typed the name. Now, the important points which you should remember is that it should not have any space or special character. So here you saw that I haven't added any space or there's no special character. So no space, no special character. The maximum limit is 25 characters. So within that, you have to input your business name. So if you have a really long business name, so in that case, you may have to uh, edit some parts of it. And the third point is related to linker.store. So a lot of people ask me this question, like what is linker.store? So linker.store is our subdomain that we are providing to our users absolutely free of cost, but it is not important that you have to, or it is not mandatory that you have to use linker.store. Once your website is ready, you can take it live on your domain as well. So if you want to take it live on your own domain, so for example, your business name is ABC and you have a abc.com domain, and you want, if someone opens abc.com, then this digital catalog should open up. That is possible. That is something that you should do once this is ready. Till that time, you can use linker.store, or if you're someone who is stepping into the digital realms for the very first time and you are not certain whether I should invest in domain and SSL, etc. So you can continue to use linker.store, and whenever you are feeling more confident, you can take it live on your own domain. All right. So this is this overlay, and a important point before I move on to the next step is that while you're pointing your domain, you may face difficulty. And if you're facing any difficulty, or if you're feeling that it is a technical thing and I may not be able to do it appropriately, then please do feel free to reach out to our help desk, and our team will help and guide you with that. All right. So now let's move on to the next step, and for that we have to click on this button which says create e-store, and we have clicked on it, and it will initiate the process. So this where now you can see the seller panel has entirely changed. There are a lot many options here on the side, and this is the dashboard that we are looking at. Now here we have to click on store setup, and this where once you click on it, this is where you can see we have completed 2 steps, and there are 3 more steps that we have to do. Now instead of completing these steps from here using this button, I would advise you can click on this home shaped icon, which will take you to the home screen of your seller panel, and this is where you will see the same steps are written here. So we have completed 2 steps, and there are 3 steps that we have to complete. So these are the 3 steps that we have to go through. Now these steps are not necessary to be done in a particular order, right? So it is not necessary that you have to upload the product and then you have to do the shipping and then you have to activate the payment. You can do them in any order. So you can do the second one first or the third one first, right? So any order, then complete them, and then you can complete the rest of the step. It is important that you have to complete all 3 of them, but it is not necessary that you have to complete them in a order. And whenever you have to see and or check that what are the steps that are remaining, so in that case you can just come here and then you can click on this home shaped icon, and it will bring you to the home screen, or whenever you open the seller panel, this is the screen which will open up. So obviously you can see which all steps are remaining and you can work on completing them. All right, so let's jump on and let's complete the next step. So that is create your catalog. So we have to click on this big blue button, and that will take us to the upload interface. So this is where we have to upload 1 product mandatorily. So this is minimum 1 product has to be uploaded to complete this journey. All right. So 1 product has to be uploaded. Now, many users have curiously asked me this question, that we have a large catalog and the data is readily available in our Excel files with us. So can't we upload the entire thing instead of spending our valuable time here uploading one product? So is it possible? Yes, certainly it is possible. I'll in fact quickly show you from where you can do that. So in case you have the data available with you, then you can simply proceed ahead and you can upload all your products very easily in the bulk format. So for that, you have to go to the product management interface. So in the left navigation, click on catalog and then click on products, which will bring you to this screen. On the screen, you'll see there's a down pointing arrow. Just click on that and then click on import product XLS CSV, which will take you to the screen. On the screen, you'll see there is a sample import format. So you click on it, download the latest format, and then populate the information or input the information into the Excel file. Come back here and you can upload the file from here, right? So very easily you can upload the product. So in case you have the data available, you should do that. Now we are here on the product interface back on the screen. So this is where we have to upload one product. All right. So let's quickly understand the process. The first field is the product name. So this is where we have to input the product name. Now, many businesses that I've interacted with, they have this challenge that we are not an expert into this, and if we are creating the product name ourselves, or if we are creating this information, this content ourselves, we may not be able to create it in a very nice manner. And if the content is not created in the appropriate way, then it may not have the right impact and we may not be able to achieve whatever we wanted to achieve from this website, from this digital catalog. So how should you go about that? So for that, you can use the AI tool which we have embedded here. So you can upgrade your plan and then you can use the AI tool. So that AI tool will create all this content for you. So very quickly, I'm going to populate all the content here. Obviously, we have dedicated videos wherein I've explained how to upload the product. So I'll add the links of those videos wherein I've explained the step-by-step process of uploading the products. So you can review that video and you can understand the process. For now, I'm going to very quickly fill all these fields so that we can move on to the next steps and we can understand the rest of the journey. Now I've inputted the required information in the field. So let me quickly walk you through these steps so that when you are going through this process, at least you'll be able to relate to it. But I will be providing the link of a detailed tutorial video where I'm explaining all these steps in greater detail. So you must review that video to have a better understanding. And I'm going to very, very quickly walk you through these steps so that you can at least have an understanding about these steps. All right. So the first field is obviously the product name. So this is where you have to input the name of the product, and then you have GlobalLinker Marketplace category. So this is where you are telling the system where your product should be placed on GlobalLinker Marketplace. So very quickly, if I switch my screen, and this is where we are on the GlobalLinker Marketplace. So we go to the navigation. This is where you can see there are various categories. So basically what you're doing is you're telling the system, you're giving the instructions to the system that my product should be placed here on the GlobalLinker Marketplace, and it is a very simple process as well. So for example, we are uploading a shirt. So you can see the moment you'll start typing here, an appropriate option will appear. You can select that. Then you have HS code which you can input from here. If you're dealing in a popular brand, then you can click on plus brand, and which will open this overlay. On this overlay, you have to type the brand name and then you have to upload the brand logo. Once you are done, click on save and the brand will get added. And then you have product type, accept order and accept inquiry. So accept order is wherein you're wanting to receive order on your website. So if you want to have that experience, then you're selecting accept order. And if you want to receive inquiries, in that case you are selecting accept inquiries. So if we have to quickly go to the example websites that we were seeing earlier, so this is an example of accept order. So where a customer is coming and they are placing an order, and this is an example of accept inquiry, and this is an example where both the fields are selected. Now here, in case of accept inquiry, you can see price on request. This is where you can see price on request. Let me highlight that. So here you can see price on request. So this feature is also available. So if you want to hide the price, you can do that. Let me show you. So I'm going to reselect accept order. And this is where you can see there is a field which says do not show price. So if you are selecting this field, in that case, price on request will be displayed, right? So like this, price on request will be displayed. And if you're not selecting it, in that case, certainly the price will be displayed, right? Can you select both the options? Yes, certainly you can do that. If you're selecting both the options, in that case, you'll be uploading products, something like this, add to cart and send inquiry. So both the fields will be there. And then you have B2B discount price, which is related to the premium supply chain feature. So if you are using that feature, then it is relevant to you. Otherwise, you can ignore it. And then you have product unit. So this is also something that you should select, and you should select it appropriately. For example, we are uploading a shirt. So this where it is per unit. So price is per unit. And if you're uploading, let's say, agri products, so in that case, you can choose kilograms or metric ton, but just choose the field appropriately. And then you have the description. So this is where you can input a brief description about the product. Now, the best practices that you can follow related to the summary description is that you should add a paragraph, not more than 4 lines, and it should be followed by bullet points over the features, specifications, benefit, health benefit, etc., etc. Right? So the idea should be that within 5 seconds, if someone is looking at this piece of information, within 5 seconds, they should be able to understand that information. So that is the summary description. Then you have SQ code, which is a alphanumeric field. It is a unique identifier. So the two products on your website cannot have the same SQ code. And adjoining that is a product code. So product code is basically used to tell the system that this product has variants. So for example, this product is available in two pack sizes, 50 gram and 20 grams. So if you are also adding or uploading a product wherein it has variants, so in that case, you have to use product codes. Otherwise, you can leave it blank. Stock, I don't think needs elaboration. Threshold is basically reorder level. Then you have minimum order quantity. Default value is 1, but if you want to add a higher number, you can do that. Minimum inquiry quantity is for inquiry. So if you're uploading an inquiry product, and that's where you want to specify that this is the minimum inquiry I can fulfill. So in that case, you can input the value here. And then you have country of origin, where you can select from the drop down. Then you have e-store category. So e-store category is something which is used for internal navigation mapping, and I will be showing you how to create navigation. So for that, we have to create the category. For that, we have to click on plus category, which will open this overlay. And here we have to type the category name. So it is men casual shirt. So men's casual shirt, we have typed the category name, and then we have to just click on save, and the category is created. Then labels and tags. So labels and tags, label is basically a promotional tool. It is used for promotional purposes. So it is a virtual sticker that gets added onto the product. And tag is used for setting up navigation and also for enhancing the search on your website. And there are dedicated videos that we have about tags and labels, and you can review those videos to understand about these features. Then you also have the feature to upload brochures. So if you have product brochure that you would want to upload, those can be uploaded from here. Then you have visibility. So visibility is important, and I want to request you all that you should understand the visibility with little more attention, because typically what happens if you're a B2B seller, and this where you can see B2B as an option, you tend to select that's a basic instinct, but I don't want you to do that. This where the basis is visibility. So if we look at from the lens of visibility, you'll be able to understand that. So B2C visibility means that it is open. So this is like you're stepping in or walking into a supermarket. So every product which is there in a supermarket is visible to you. You can see that product, you can experience that product, and obviously buy that product. Whereas B2B is a controlled visibility. So if you are going to a showroom of an exporter, obviously the exporter has to invite you to the showroom, and only then you can access it. It is not open to the public. So that's a controlled visibility. So if you're using the supply chain feature to control the visibility of the products, in that case, you should use B2B. Otherwise, you should not use, right? So for all practical purposes, you should use either B2C or both. Otherwise, what will happen? The product will get uploaded onto your website, but it will not be visible because it will be behind lock and key. The lock and key is managed through the supply chain feature. All right. So that is a confusion sometimes happens. So please choose B2C or both, and don't choose B2B. Then scrolling down, this is where you have additional description. So that's where I've added additional description. And then we have weight and dimension. So these are used for calculating delivery fees. So if you're wanting to receive orders and you want to charge a delivery fee from the customer, so for that, this information is required, but it can be added at a later stage. It can be added in bulk as well if required. And then we have attributes. So for that, you have to click here, add attributes, and then you have to you'll see there are two input fields. So the first one is attribute name. This is where we have to type the basis variations. For example, we are uploading a shirt which has various size options, small, medium, large. So in that case, the basis variation is size. We'll type size there, and then we have to add value. So for example, small. So I'm just typing the entire name small, or entire word small. So here you can see I've typed small, and now I have to press comma on my keyboard. And the moment I'll do that, this is where you can see system has accepted. So a row has started appearing. Let's do add one more. Medium, again pressing comma, and then large, pressing comma. And here you can see the three attributes or three variants of the product has been accepted by the system. If we had separate images for each of the variant, we can add them from here. Then we have SQ codes, which are again created by the system. But how did the system magically created these SQ codes? So it basically used the SQ code that we had entered here. And these are again editable. So if you want to make changes to them, you can do that very easily from here. And then we have selling price and stock. So those are also editable. So if you have to make changes to them, you can do that. And last is SEO related information. So there's where we have meta title, keyword, and description that you should be adding. And these can be created using AI tool as well. And lastly, we have to upload the images. So very quickly, I'm going to select the images. To do that, we have to click on this empty placeholder, and then it will reveal this icon, a blue pencil shaped icon. So you have to click on that, which will open the image manager. On the image manager, don't just instinctively click on upload. Click on product images and then create a folder. So men blue shirt is what we are uploading. So I've created a folder in the name men blue shirt, and then open the folder and upload the images inside the folder. Otherwise, what will happen? Your image manager will become like too cluttered and almost impossible to use after some time. So it is advisable that you should be uploading images inside a folder. So I have 4 images. I've selected all 4 of them from the device, and they are all uploaded on the image manager. Now we have to tell the system which should be the first one, which should be the second one. So I can select the image, and it may appear a little blurred here. Don't worry, it will appear absolutely fine on the front end. Now let's tell the system which should be the second image. So this can be the second image. Now we'll tell again, same process. Click on the placeholder and then click on the edit icon, and which will open the image manager. Now total 6 images can be uploaded. We have uploaded 4 images, so that does not mean that empty placeholder will be displayed. So minimum is 1 image. So if you are not uploading 1 image, then obviously empty placeholder will be displayed. But if you are uploading more than 1 images, so or 1 or more images, in that case empty placeholder is not displayed. The ideal dimensions are written here, 800 by 1000 pixel. If you're uploading a square image, then 1500 by 1500, so that the zoom works absolutely fine. It will work on 1000 by 1000 also, but it will not be that great. So if it is a square image, then 1500 by 1500. If it is a portrait image, 800 by 1000, which is also written here. In terms of size, the MB size, whatever is the lowest that you can achieve without compromising on the quality of the image, without making it blurry, whatever is the lowest size that you can achieve, that should be your target. 2 MB is even on the larger side. So if you have like 12 images and 2 MBs, that will be 12 MB, that will be heavy for someone who's not in a high speed internet connection. And I've seen that some people have this unwanted fascination with uploading high resolution images, and they have this notion that if I am uploading very high resolution images, then the customer will get impressed and they will be placing an order. But before getting impressed, the person has to see that product. The page should load up, and you'll be making the page so heavy that the person will not be able to load the page on their device. And obviously, without waiting for your website to load up, they'll simply go to one of your competitors' website, right? So that is absolutely suicidal to do. You shouldn't be doing that, right? So what is the lowest size that you can achieve without compromising on the quality? That should be your target. All right, so we have added all the information here, and very quickly I've also walked you through all these fields. So we'll click on save, and that uploads the products. We have completed the third stage also, and now we'll click on the home shaped icon, and we'll quickly go to the home screen to see what are the remaining steps. So there are two steps or two more steps that we have to go through: setting up shipping zone and activating payment. So for setting up shipping zone, we'll click on again the big blue button, and it will take us to this interface, and here you'll see an overlay will load up. This is the shipping zone. So firstly, what is shipping zone? So shipping zone is used to charge a delivery fee from the customers, and using this capability, you'll be able to charge. You can define like if the customer is ordering from location A, then what will be the charges. If they're ordering from location B, then what will be the charges, right? So this is that capability which can be used for that purpose. All right, so that is this screen or this capability, shipping zone capability, that we are looking at. But what are you expected to do here? So you are expected to input two fields. One is estimated time. So this is where you can put a value, any hypothetical value. I'm adding 3 here, and you have to add a fixed rate. So even if you are creating a B2B store, you have to go through this step. Now, why are we not setting it up properly? So for setting it up properly, you need to understand what will be the commercials or what will be the charges that the courier company will be taking from you. So for that, you have to firstly sign up with a courier company. They'll provide you the charges, and based on that, you can set this up. All right. So for now, we have to just input these two values, and we have to click on update, and that completes this step. So very easy and simple step. Once you have completed that, then again, you have to click on the home shaped icon, which we clicked earlier, and that will take us to the home screen. There was one more step that we have to do, that is activate payment. So we have to click on again the blue button, which will take us to the payment management interface. This is the payment management interface, and here you'll see there are a number of payment options, and obviously don't get carried away, don't get overly enthusiastic, and you immediately submit an application for activation of payment gateway. If your website is incomplete, your digital catalog is incomplete, your payment gateway application will get rejected, right? So first complete the website and then submit the application. For now, as we are starting to create the digital catalog, for now we have to just go to cash on delivery, which you can see here, and click on this button, turn it on, and you have completed all the steps which were required. Now, does that mean it is the end of the journey we have completed? No, absolutely not. There are a few more steps that we have to do. So we are back on the home screen, and now in the left navigation, we have to click on this button which says My Store. So we have clicked on that, and now we have to click on Themes. So once it expands, you'll see there is an option which says Themes. You have to click on that, which will open this screen. On the screen, you'll see the theme that you had selected in that journey, and here you'll see there's a button which says Actions. You click on that, and then you click on Apply. The top option which says Apply, just click on that, and this page will load up. So that's where the theme that you had selected will get applied. So until you come here and you click on apply, the theme does not get applied. So we have applied the theme. If you want to make change to the theme, you can also do that from here. Select a different theme. All right, so once you have done that, then you can go to navigation, and this is where we have to set up the navigation. Now, setting up navigation is also something that I've covered in detail in another tutorial video, and I'll also add the link of that video in the description. So if you want to understand it in detail, you can do that. But navigation, very simply, if I take you to those example websites, these are called navigations, and there are multiple levels. Like whatever you're seeing in the header, uh, these are level ones, and then in the drop down, these are level 2, and these are level 3. We can go to level 4 as well, right? So these are navigation. Now, how do you create it? So you have to firstly come to navigation section or navigation tab, click on navigation, and which will open this page. On this page, you have to click on add menu item, which will open this overlay. On this overlay, we have to type the navigation name. So for example, men fashion is what the name that I'm wanting to give. So men fashion, I've selected that. It will have products, so we can select that. And then there are different options which are available. Now, the important point, you have to select either one of them, right? So don't select multiple, and then the system will get confused. So we'll just be using categories. So we'll select category, and you can select multiple categories as well. So we'll select men's fashion, and we will click on save. So level 1 is created. So let's create another one, level 2, and shirt, and again we'll select it through navigation, and then let's create one more, and casual, And this time we'll select it through product. So we will just select the product and we'll click on save. So there are three navigations that we have created, but at the moment they are all on the same level. So we have to give levels to them. So for that we have to drag them towards right, and then it may appear to fly off the screen like we have seen that. Don't worry, you have to click on this button which says update navigation, which will update the navigation, and now you can see best fashion, and so it will start appearing like inverse steps. And now we have to drag casual underneath the shirt, so it is 1 2 3, and again we click on update navigation. So now we have, if I can expand all. So this is where we have created the navigation. Is that all? No, we have to also upload banners. So for that, we have to click on store preview, which you can see here. So we'll click on store preview, which will take you to the store preview. This is the admin's preview, and a lot of time when people open this store preview, they get terrified that what have I done? I have ruined the website. Now there are yellow dots appearing and these empty placeholders. So this is the store owner's preview, and it cannot be accessed by anyone else. You can only access it from the seller panel. Now it is used for two purposes. One is to change the color. So for example, if we want to change the color of the navigation, we can click here. Now currently it is black. I want to change it to blue. I can do that. Or if you have your own corporate color or brand colors, you can input, copy, paste, or type it here as well. RGB colors you have to type. So that is one thing that you can do from here. Second is to upload the banners. So and to upload the banners, you have to click here on the yellow dot, which opens this overlay. Again, you have to click on the placeholder, and this is where you can see the dimensions are written. So if you are creating the banners yourself, you can note down these dimensions and then you can create the banners. You have to create separate banners for desktop and mobile. And why so? Obviously to optimize on the load speed, and obviously to create a more aesthetically appealing and good looking website, because desktop or laptop is a horizontal landscape, whereas mobile is a vertical landscape. So anything which is designed for a horizontal landscape, no matter how much resizing we will do, it will not look nice, right? So that is why you have to create separate banners for desktop and mobile. And to upload the banners, you have to just click on this placeholder image, which will again open the image manager, and here you'll see there's a folder for banners. So you can select that folder and then you can upload the images. So I'll very quickly upload a few banners which I have on my device. So I'll select all of them and we will upload them onto image manager. So here I have few banners, and I'll select one of the banners. So this is for the desktop and this is for mobile. So we have selected, and now we have to also give a call to action link. So if someone clicks on the banner, they should be taken to the casual shirt that we have uploaded. So we'll copy the link and we'll add it here. Now we also have these options which are available. So if you don't want to add text onto the banner and you want to add the text dynamically, you can do that. The only concern or the challenge that you may see is the text will appear dead center. So you cannot like artistically place it. But otherwise you can use this capability. So we'll click on apply and the banner will get uploaded. So this is one banner that we have added. If you want to add more banners, you want to create a slideshow, you can do that, because we have already added the banners to the image manager. So we don't have to essentially upload them every time. So this is the second banner that we have added. So we can click on save and we can add one more. Same process. Selecting the desktop one and now selecting the mobile one, because we don't have products for these banners, so I'm not adding the link, but you understand how to add the link. So this is where you can see the first banner, the second one, and the third one. So that's how we have uploaded the banners, and we have to also do that. Now this is where we have completed the steps. Now the last step that we have to do is to click on save and then click on publish. Don't forget to do these steps. Don't forget to click on save and publish. So I've already clicked on save. Now I am going to click on publish, and that is where you will see that we have completed the journey of creating the digital catalog. So this is where you can see the congratulatory message, the confetti is falling from the sky. So this is where we did it. We have all right, so perfect. That was the process of creating digital catalog. And if there are any questions before we conclude today's session, please do let me know. So you can add your question in the Q&A. And in the meantime, as we are waiting for the participants to add their questions, I can see there's a participant who has raised their hand. I will appreciate if you can add your question in the Q&A so that we can answer that. In the meantime, as I was saying, as we are waiting for the questions, I'm going to share my contact details with everyone so that if you get stuck or if there's anything which is not clear to you, or if you want to get your digital catalog reviewed, you want to seek suggestions for improvement, please do feel free to reach out. I'm also going to share with you the link to connect with me on GlobalLinker. So both the things I'm sharing in the chat in a few moments. I can see there's a question in the chat, Lena Ayurveda, about B2B options to meet B2B. Yes, certainly that option is there. So if you go to GlobalLinker, so GlobalLinker basically has two verticals. One is digital commerce, which we just saw how you can create your digital catalog. And the other vertical is business networking. So that is where you can go and you can connect and network with business owners from 150 countries. So that feature is certainly available. And if you want to understand more about that feature, please do reach out to our help desk. I'm going to share the contact details of our help desk as well in the chat. So if you have any question, if there's anything which is not clear, or if you need support, please do feel free to reach out to the help desk. Any other question from any other participants? Oh, I forgot to share the link of the video which we saw, because you will get the recording certainly, but let me share the link of the tutorial video which we just used. All right, perfect. So this where I'm not seeing any other questions. So this is where I think we should conclude this session for today. Thank you everyone for taking out your valuable time and participating in the session. I hope you found the session informative. As I already mentioned, my contact details are there. They are there in the chat. So if you need any guidance, if you need any help, please do feel free to reach out to me or our help desk team. Perfect. So I'll take your leave today, and I'm going to close the session for today. Have a wonderful evening ahead. Bye bye from us. My